Hello, chat, and welcome back to the Outer Worlds. D cocaine. Last time we were doing some of our lovely,
I've seen a lot of the colony, huh, Doctor?
some of our lovely quests,
Ben Hill.
and we were just about to finish up our
And sure, but most of it looks the same from inside a ship. Sorry, Dr. Ellie. Still though, don't you find it thrilling? Being in space? Look, it's just Ellie.
Last time we had helped out a bunch of our comrades, and we're just finishing up to them before we go on to the DLC.
Can you believe this outfit? It's so handsome, I'm almost afraid to touch it. Well, I guess that's everything then. After all this time, I just have to actually do it now. You know, there's a part June Lake's been looking for to fix up the air cyclers. They only carried them on big colony ships, like the Hope. I know. For a while, it felt like everything I did was a little bit of help. And it meant I didn't have to ask her to be mine. Not yet. Not.
Hey, Trust, want to join me for a stream tomorrow morning?
Next time we dock with Groundbreaker, I'm doing it. I'll send June a message and ask her over.
There's a certain game.
Scary, Captain.
Actually, I could pivot to that game today, but I'd have to download, and Lord... How many gigabytes is that game? There's a certain game that I know you would personally enjoy. And it's one I've streamed twice now, but sadly nobody watched, but it is an ordeal. Why'd I call it an ordeal? I fucking love that game. Come on. Here we go. Oh. I was about to say, 40 gigabytes! I know for a fact this game isn't that many. I'll think about that tomorrow. But a little game called The Artful Escape. I think you'd enjoy that. I'm probably going to play that tomorrow. What was I about to do? Right, we're about to fake somebody's insurance claim.
Nice thing about traveling with the captain, we meet all sorts of new people. Sure, best part is when they pay us.
I pay you?
We never really had new folks in Edgewater, except the captain. Kind of hard to make new friends when everyone's already decided they don't like you. Could be a favor in disguise. A lot of people out here ain't that nice.
I pay them? Chad, I pay my crew? Since when? I don't remember paying these people.
The best find this week. Go.
Wait, I'm sorry, what hack? What? Okay.
I love Byzantium. Where else are you going to find art, culture, working toilets?
I'm sure other colonies have cities like this.
Oh, he's good. He's fine.
Those are so far away. I'm talking about Halcyon.
In that case, thank the law we've got the chairman and the minister to keep the rabble at bay.
Did I just get called rabble? Do I want to know about the rich people?
Have
Have you tried our new cocktail sponsored by Rizzo's? 1 part Purple Spectrum vodka, 1 part artificial tomato-like substitute juice. We call it a Blue Bloody Mary.
I hate this place.
Oh, by all means, ask away. I don't believe in work. Work is for auto mechanicals and lower classes.
What?
By auto mechanicals, of course. Byzantium's fleet of mechanical
What now?
servitors are
I
programmed
hate
to
it.
simulate a labor force, but without all the unsightly workers milling about. We all have our roles in society. I like to think of myself as an entrepreneur. This drinking establishment is my investment.
Am I authorized to hate it now, Tress? After talking to this man for 13 seconds, am I authorized?
Do you know Celeste Joliker? I've heard she's working on some spectacular new design.
Just late stage capitalism. You want to know what the best part is, Tress? We're still in the halcyon shithole. We're just in the upper levels of the halcyon shithole.
Remember that stranger I saw in the square? The one with the Spacer's Choice aficionado. Looked like she'd style her hair with engine grease. Doesn't she know the Spacer chic look was last season?
Enough! They're standing right here.
I'm killing everyone in the building. Recent response for literal engine oil as hair product. No, trust, that's not what's happening. They were just shit-talking Pravati. You know, my engineer. They were just shit-talking her because she looks dirty.
Okay,
They were shit-talking this
you see
woman.
those fine clothes Miss Jolica made for me? I ain't never owned anything so fancy in my life.
I'm sorry, Spacer Chic? Motherfucker, that's tomboy fabulous right there. Have a little class, motherfucker. Triss, welcome. Anyway, Triss, would you like to join us for the stream tomorrow, early day? It's a bit of a shorter game. It's not too long of a game. It's barely even considered a game, really, but it's something I was thinking about all today while I was out doing DoorDash. I was trying to think of what I wanted to stream tomorrow, and I think you're really gonna like that game. Either way, whether you want to join us live or not, I think you're really gonna like that game. It's because it's a game about finding your own identity, which sounds like your kind of vibe. It's really fucking good. It's so good that, yes, I did in fact purchase it, even after playing it for free. I think you'd like it. The fuck?
I guess we're going to Falford.
Oh, god damn it. I have to go back to fucking Monarch.
Wouldn't it be something to see an Earth Assault cruiser land here?
Don't be ridiculous. There's no way one would fit.
How would you know? You've never seen one.
Neither have you. I don't know anyone who's seen one.
Oh, come on.
Try Anti-Cleo. It's better than nature.
Wait, why am I trying to find my way down? I can fast travel. I'm not a peasant. Alright, time to have waiting on the ship. Everyone get ready.
I swear, next time we put into Groundbreaker, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna ask her over. Oh, I'm so nervous. Having trouble focusing on my work.
Who's ready for a lesbian wedding? Me? Well, then let's get moving! Trust, do not stick the plasma cutter up your ass. Don't do it. Don't you... I see you eyeballing it. Stop that. Put it down. Put down the plasma cutter. You dildo if you're brave enough. Well, Tress, at least have enough class to stick the minigun up your ass. Come on, I mean, come on, Tress. At least stick this up there. Have some class, woman. We run a respectable ship on the Unreliable, goddamn you. After all, I've been told shoving alcohol up someone's ass is one hell of a way to experience alcohol. Not that I try it, not that I'm brave enough to try it, but I've been told that's one hell of a way to experience it.
Dr. Fenhill, I hope you've reconsidered my offer to stay on full-time. My crew are never short on dents and bruises.
I'm trying to live a more balanced life. Gun in one hand, scalpel in the other.
Have I been tricked by a show that that's true? Or I swear it's like a real thing.
To change your mind. Fair travels, Ellie.
Alcohol enemas. Oh dear, Tress, there's like a whole fucking page. Butt chugging or boofing? First of all, I would like that to now tell me more. I read the name that's called boofing, and like, you know, that was pretty much all I needed to know, but let's go further. Let's go deeper. By inserting the rectum either an alcohol soaked tampon or tube connecting a funnel in which alcohol is poured. Oh, very good. Holy shit. It makes you hyper drunk. It's more likely to fucking annihilate you because it's gonna go to your liver anyway, but you're basically unable to throw it up and it will just directly go into your bloodstream. You're essentially getting the ultimate super drunk. You're going even further beyond alcoholism. Now, what happens if you shove weed up your ass? Now, there's a question.
Groundbreaker's a small town in a big
Sister would surely love
and
that
anyone who spends any time here
love that
gets
to
drunk
inject
and led.
poison.
We don't see a
The
lot
sad
of
part is, Tress,
conversations
she'd
on
still be
Groundbreaker.
immune to it.
Dr. Fenhill is my on-again, off-again freelancer. I take it she'll be joining your crew full-time?
I don't like to put a label on things. Let's keep it casual.
If you ever decide to settle down, there's a home for you on Groundbreaker.
to others. Mm. Who's to say she hasn't?
Frustrating. Everything down to the circuit boards is past warranty, so I have the pleasure of making life or death decisions on a shoestring budget. Plus, there's no
Who's to
time
say she
train my
hasn't done that to
successor or
you,
document
Tress?
fixes
Do
in a
you
way that
remember what you
anyone
did
outside
last
the family
September?
would understand.
Do you remember the last 21st of September?
Sure is. The Tennysons came over on the Groundbreaker. My grandmother, Chief Gaying, kept it together during the crossing and until she died. I was promoted only recently, when my mom died. Then I took the leap from chief engineer to captain.
They must have been amazing people to have taught you all you know, I mean, which is a lot.
That means a lot coming from a fellow engineer. It was different knowing that I couldn't turn to anyone who could answer the tough questions for me. Maybe you can see why I'm protective of Groundbreaker. This ship is family. It's got tinkerings and bypasses that only Tennysons know about.
Who's ready to test Squirt, chat? Oh, I'm doing the lesbian side quest while drinking Squirt. Ooh, that's bad optics. I actually did, Tress, pop this bottle open right before the stream started. I don't want to drink it all because I just got a full bottle of, full mug of whiskey, but let me taste that again. I want to say it's lime tasting, but it's not. It's like an absence of flavor, yet there's definitely a flavor. Shut. What? Trust, I don't know what any of these memes mean. It's just a bunch of furry characters looking at me very horny like. What does it mean?
Oh, gosh. I don't know. I'm really just a dab hand with a wrench. Nothing special. Not like a chief engineer.
Don't sell yourself short. It doesn't take a seasoned pro to tinker on Groundbreaker. Just someone who knows how a ship ought to feel. We're always thirsting for help. If you could find your way around this labyrinth of ducts and panels, we could work something out. I hope that was a joke, Captain. I really do.
I wasn't
I
joking.
gelded that thing years ago. Now it brews a skin that goes down stronger than Nan or Spank. Family recipe.
Ruin Woden is displeased at this news.
You see any bite-sized Tennyson children running around? I didn't think so. The next captain won't have
$5
my
footlong
heritage.
taco sub.
I'll have to
What?
foster that talent from somewhere. It's only a question of when. You've got my attention.
Oh, we just need to dock at the ship. I didn't need to come on here. Oh, I just needed to dock here. Okay.
I definitely won that round.
You always seem to, huh?
Did I just hear gunfire on my ship?
I'm usually right.
Next time I work the scorecard.
All right. She's on her way.
Tacos as long as a foot long on top of their sandwiches. Are you sure they haven't already? I think they did.
Oh, my hands have finally stopped shaking. All right. Deep breath. Here I go.
Have they? I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, Tress, have you seen my ship lately? Yes, my captain's quarters is coming together. I've got the alcohol bar. I've got a flag. I've got that. I've got that. I've got that. Okay, I do love the fact that the sign says Auntie's Biotic Secret Lab 0027. I love that it literally says Secret Lab. That's pretty good. Can't wait to see what other bullshit I stab in there.
Anyhow, so I told him, Dad, I'm a big girl now. I don't need your help. I can do it on my lonesome.
What did he say to that?
Have at it then. And he handed me his favorite wrench, the one he used for the canner. He's probably half as tall as I was.
He didn't scold you for talking back to him?
Nah, he was never like that. I always thought it was funny when I'd get indignant about something. Then he'd watch me do whatever it was, make sure I didn't get hurt, but he'd never interfere. I learned a lot that way.
I wish I could have met him. Anyone who helped shape you must have been a special person.
Look at me, all dressed up for once.
Looking dapper, my girl.
I'm trusting you to keep Parvati safe. She means the start. My father and I were often at loggerheads. He had notions of how the station should be run, and I had others. He was fond of saying, "You think Groundbreaker pays for itself? Someone's got to cover the bills." When I
Trish, is this about how you imagine your dates are gonna go?
I was afraid of him.
He was, and he was right to be. Didn't mean I had.
Both of you slightly dressed up while a psychopath with a minigun just stares over going, "Yes, now kiss." Yep. Okay, phenomenal. So what you're saying, Tress, is when you go to have a date with your partner, I need to show up to that date and just stand over both of you with my fucking shotgun going, "Yes, now kiss." Either that or I'm dressed up like fucking Majima during the... You're missing the minigun part. I don't have a minigun, Tress. I do have a Nerf minigun. Somewhere. I got that. It's either that, Tress, or I dress up in a suit and act like Majima during the cabaret side quest. Like, you do a symbol and I just come up and depending on what you do, I just show up with like glasses. That's just what me and Kane do. How'd the date go?
Okay, Captain, she's gone.
Tell me everything.
I feel like running laps around the cargo bay. So she got here, and, well, she sneezed. She said, "Wow, new soap?" And I was like, "Yeah, rosish." Turns out it tickled her nose. Oops. And then she just sort of touched my arm real gentle-like and called the cut of my outfit elegant. I couldn't hear the rest on account of my heart was beating so hard. Then I led her into the kitchen. I think she about cried when she saw the spread.
Oh my god, they're fucking adorable. Skip to the good part. How hard did you
She stood stock still and just said, "Oh, real soft." Oh, and let me tell you, I was sweating. And then she blinked and said, "Is that dustback casserole?" I told her how we got Mr. Raymond to bake it for us, so it was double authentic. Made by a real live monarch person.
Oh my god, she's so adorable!
Well, we talked a bunch over dinner about the things we learned just through messages, stuff we repaired, how I taught her to salvage and she taught me to build. When I brung out the sweetheart cakes, June, she got a little teary. said she had a thing she needed to say. But I stopped her because I wanted to say it first. I never felt so bold, Captain.
Fucking smooth.
One of us has got to be. We're both... June's so reserved and I'm so shy. I worried if I never said anything, nothing would ever get said, you know? I told her about how she made me feel. Bold like I acted. Strong. Smarter and kinder than I am on my lonesome. I listed all the things I liked about her. And then she pulled out a paper and read a speech. She talked about the things she admired about me, like my cleverness and my humor, and how it made her want to be more open. She was worried she wouldn't get the words out right, especially after that message about Isabel. It's sweet. Anyhow, when she wrapped up, I asked her to be my girlfriend. And Captain, she said yes! And then she sneezed again, on account of the flowery soap. It's all on your account, you know. Imagine if you'd never taken me out of Edgewater. I'd have never met Junlei at all. I don't know nothing about the Vickers capital P plan, but you've sure changed my life. So, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna head to my cabin and happy scream into my pillow for like an hour.
Oh my god, she's adorable, and that's my favorite side quest. It's such a nothing side quest, but it's just so fucking adorable! Why is every game I've been playing recently just crashing on me? At least this one isn't emulated, I guess. This one isn't emulated, so I guess that's pulls in my fucking favor. Oh, she's fucking adorable, chat. You know what the sad part is? That is how much, that is basically Woden and Vestra right there. And the sad part is Ruined Woden, in her absolute rage and anger for when I do that playthrough, is going to murder everyone, including her. I'm going to kill everyone.
We're now in orbit above Fallbrook, Captain.
Good for all that ails you. Sent something? Is it bear porn? I don't know why you had to send me that, Tress. I just assume Saki is always behind Mei Ling at this point. From everything I've seen from Touhou and played from Touhou, I just assume that's what's normally happening. That's just Tuesday.
Said you docked 3 days ago?
Hey, Cass. Knock, knock.
Go away, White.
I still love that madness video for Mei Ling being in there. It's just like, this is just if Mei Ling didn't have to hold back and could just body someone. That is Woden fighting right there. Just, I'm going to break every bone in your body and I just need my fist to do it.
Welcome to the offices of the Greater Halcyon Insurance Group, Halcyon's premier provider of life and disaster-related insurance. I'm obligated to inform you that our coverage does not extend to incidents deemed to result from negligence, criminal activity, or dullness of mind.
Dullness of mind?
Some people, but no one in this office, I assure you, might call it stupidity.
It's like they say, there's no cure for that.
So, what kind of insurance package can I interest you in? We're running a special on dismemberment policies. Buy one, get one half off.
See, I want to make a joke about that, but then I remembered the universe I currently exist in this game, and honestly, that's not a bad deal. All things considered, for an insurance policy in this universe, not bad. Considering we're on Monarch, that's a pretty good deal.
We're not on Monarch.
Dismemberment policy? Tress, you have watched this game. Would you be fucking surprised that doesn't come up as much as drinking water? Nope. Yeah, so a half off, buy one, get one half off. Not bad at all.
There are certain costs to running a business.
I get the meme of that, but like, logically, in this world, fuck, that's a steal.
Our office here is technically an extension of that address. We found it more expedient to conduct our key operations here. So we
one for you and the missus.
What's the phrase? Pass savings to the consumer, of course. We prefer to think of it as chasing the savings. Turns out that not having to pay kickbacks, fines, and rent in the most
Is it sad that much like in real life, getting an insurance policy from like a criminal organization is probably the better idea you could do than getting one from a legitimate company? We have just primed our universe to like have mobsters come up again, haven't we? And then the government will go, gasp, why is crime so widespread? Truly, I wonder why. One must ponder.
I remember that one. That's the young socialite who broke her neck, right?
Of course, no one remembers me for the marauders I've killed or the bits I've stolen. Typical.
That claim was airtight. Our best investigators couldn't find an exclusion for that one.
What about the fact she's not dead?
Are you serious?
Yes.
Well, we interviewed the parents extensively. They had plenty of awkward childhood stories that illustrated their daughter's clumsiness and capriciousness.
Hey, those are entirely made up.
Furthermore, the claim spurred a whole line of fashion-related policies. It's become a very lucrative market.
Trish, you were there for that, right? When we met Ellie's parents and they were basically the worst thing ever. And basically, like, how I imagine from the stories of your father about, like, a quarter of how shitty he was. You were there for that, right? Nope, I don't. Oh, okay, cool. So her parents, after she went out to go on the stars because they were basically the shittiest people ever, they basically faked her death so they could claim insurance policies and act like they were rich bitches living on Byzantium. And then when she came back, they're like, ooh, yeah, that's bad optics. Could you just, like, go away forever and pretend you're dead? So we can continue to claim your life insurance policy? So currently, Ellie went, oh, okay, cool, fuck them. We're going to transfer that life insurance policy into my name again. Therefore, bankrupting and fucking them over. And also, you know... Well, I mean, also getting the money. But the first part was, like, way more fun, in my opinion. This might be the one time I'm okay with going through bureaucracy red tape because this just sounds delicious.
You can't, of course. Only Miss Fenhill can assign her beneficiaries. And she said,
what if she
if we let
wasn't?
Every friend, relative, and acquaintance change a policy like that, people would do it all the time. Imagine the paperwork.
Yeah, but she isn't.
Of course she is. The paperwork says so.
I like to think she's dead in spirit, but technically, legally, and regretfully, I'm still Marilyn Fenhill.
That's impossible. By all accounts, she was an elegant and classy woman with impossibly fine bone structure. That couldn't possibly be you.
That's gotta be the nicest thing anyone's said to me in a long while.
You want to know the saddest part, Truss? You may look at this and view it as kind of funny, like, look, let's create a corpse already. You know what the funnier and saddest part is? Genuinely, this happened to somebody in real life. Somebody with the same name as them in America died, and so a woman had to fight the courts to prove she wasn't dead because someone had a similar name to her. This is actually something that happened in real life. You can't fucking write this shit anymore. It doesn't matter what wacky scenario you come up with in any story now. Excuse me, yes. She eventually did get it corrected. It was one hell of an ordeal. But yes, a woman had to fight to prove she wasn't fucking dead. I would fight to prove that I am a corpse. Someone out there had to fight. Someone out there was, as the meme said, was out there fighting for their motherfucking life. We've escaped from the reality of fiction and entered the horrible reality of history. Well, what was the Seth Seen-Tech quote?
CD key.
I'm getting off track. Gameplay. You, probably a domestic terrorist. I'm the traditional German Ahig. All your men single file into that we depart from the realm of
Here we go.
so absurd that we depart the temperature of 2.
Trust, this is truly... Would you rather have this or T-Corp scenario? Are you sure we aren't just in both at this point? Also, I'm pretty sure, Trust, we can both agree this is now reality now.
Neighborhoods in Southeast Asia. All this happened while the UK sat in a corner, still wondering sequence of events so absurd during World War I may impact your ability to participate in the sequel. Basically, a sequence of events so absurd that we depart from the realm of fiction into history. Everything.
Would you agree that's basically reality now? We depart from the realm of fiction to events so absurd we go into history. I mean, fuck, the 2020s might as well have that as their fucking tagline fuck that being politics stress. That might as well just be 2020 to 2030. Events so absurd we depart from the realm of fiction into history.
Oh, you mean hypothetically? Well, hypothetically, you'd access the terminal in the back room that contains data on all our policies. And you'd theoretically add the beneficiary of your choice. But you wouldn't actually do that, of course. That would be fraud.
Of course, that would be fraud. Wink. Trish, that would be fraud. Wink. You know, wink. Fraud, wink. Anyway, do this or I'll kill you.
Please. My policy only covers paper cuts and wrist strain. Very well. I'll do it. But then you've got to go. Confrontations like this will raise my premiums. I'll need the name of the new beneficiary.
Ellie Fenhill?
If you say so. The payouts will flow exclusively into the new account at the start of the month. I hope Ms. Fenhill enjoys her newfound prosperity.
I'm sure she will.
Can we talk?
Absolutely we can.
You really did it. Give these payouts a few years and I'll be rolling in it.
Trust, before you ask, no, I'm not going to summon Callie to threaten somebody to get you more insurance. N999, however, more than willing to be a lawyer on that front.
I've never been prouder to stand back and watch someone else work. I'm just glad my folks aren't gonna live off that awful story they made up. Maybe now they'll have to go back to real jobs. Maybe as line holders or warm bodies? Come on, I thought we were celebrating. You want me to think about the future?
We're going, this is another Tuesday when it's my return for the corporate shopping block. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Or you could be a domestic terrorist. I'm not, for legal reasons, this is a joke. But I've told it pays well.
You talk like someone who likes lists. Maybe you haven't noticed, but you can't even count on a bribe making it into the right pocket. What's the point of planning for anything around here?
And again, Tress, I think you're going to like tomorrow's game. I think you're going to like it a lot. I just want to be comfy. You're gonna like tomorrow's game, Tress. Please, I beg of you, join me for it. Trust me, you will fucking adore it.
Hate to say it, but Halcyon's already there. Anyway, enough of that. You did a job for me, so here's your fee. Don't make it weird. Even you've got to be in it for the money now and then. Why else would you go through all this trouble? You sure? Because my kind of friends will pick your pocket clean while they're getting hammered with you. You don't have to get all mushy about it. Still, maybe you've got a point. Maybe it's good to watch someone's back now and then so that one day they watch yours. So, you just keep the money.
I mean, I was gonna keep the money regardless.
Don't mention it. Really. This feels weird enough as it is.
Well, I guess I've run out of excuses to not do the DLC, huh? Is what I would say if I wasn't told to assassinate somebody. When the fuck was I authorized to assassinate somebody? Oh, right, the woman from the relay. Almost forgot about that.
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
What's the most humane weapon I have to kill somebody? Yeah, I'm not walking. It's what you mean, depending on how they're like. Well, Triss, if you remember right, from last session, which I knew you were definitely there for, you know, the station with, like, the frozen scientists on it. Our employer told us they're a terrible piece of shit.
Between you and me, we know all there is to know about Monarch.
But
What makes you say that?
I'm not so sure. Their story, our employer's story doesn't really line up with the logs we found. I'm not saying they were a good person, but they definitely didn't seem like a horrible psychopath.
Yeah, right. Next you're gonna tell me Halcyon and Helen weren't based on a real person.
I won't tell you that, no. You seem happier in your ignorance.
Is the minigun considered humane? Let me see what I got. The Friginator. The Force Magnum. That's pretty good. The Euthanasia Kit. That's pretty good too. Recharge. The Gloop Gun. That's a good one. The Needler. Magnum's quick and painless. Make a fair point. Hold on, let me check that. Hey, how would you like to be a test subject? Relatively quick. I forgot I wasn't even in my body armor.
If we took apart and sold this place, bet we'd get a year of food out of it.
It's not the most loudest. Trust, are you having a stroke? In what universe is a Magnum not loud? And yes, I'm ignoring all the games that let me put a suppressor on a 44 Magnum. They aren't real. So you're hard to track. Also, somewhat wrong, Tress. It's not even to do that. A suppressor is to... Because I have actually heard a rifle suppressed and one that isn't suppressed. It is to do two things. You're half right. So, because I've actually heard... A suppressor actually does quiet the rifle a bit more. But it makes it quieter as in it's dulled. So, how do I put this? Let's say we're having a gunfight out in a forested area, Tress. Let's say me and you were doing a war game in a forested area. Neither of us knew where each other was, and I shot at you with a rifle. Well, the rifle's loud and echoey, but you'll pinpoint the direction, yes? And it's loud, so naturally you'll know the direction. The more I fire the gun, the more you can pinpoint where I am. Not only that, but you'll start seeing the muzzle flash. Let's say it's at night as well, to further go with this from the second point of a suppressor. You see the muzzle flash, you hear the gunshot, you're naturally going to sneak up on me and lube up your fallacious cock. Let's say I put a suppressor on, though. Well, now it sounds a bit more distant. So, like, I'm firing from the same position, but now it's a bit more muffled. You can still tell the direction because, it's still a fucking gunshot. But now it's a bit harder. It's better if you do this inside of a building with a suppressor, because since the suppressor is muffling the gunshots, like if you use it inside of a building, people outside are going to have a much harder time telling, because, it's muffled. But the second thing a suppressor does is also hide the muzzle flash. So it's harder to see the direction I'm shooting from, and it's harder to hear because it sounds more muffled. But it's better if you do it inside of a building, because, well, the people inside the building are going to tell anyway, but the people outside of the building are going to have a much harder time telling where the fuck is happening. But I have heard a gunshot. There is a distinct difference between a suppressed rifle and a non-suppressed rifle, but they're still loud as fuck either way. I'll tell you now, because I went to, like, my brother one time, like, his army base had, like, an army day, so you got to go inside of Bradley and, like, control the little turret on top. You did a shooting range, you did, like, ranger training, like, a slight thing. But at the shooting range, they had 4 unsuppressed rifles and 3 unsuppressed rifles and 1 suppressed rifle, and you could tell the difference. They still sounded loud, but, like, you could tell, like, oh, yeah, that one does sound a bit quieter. It's one of those things that, like, when people say, like, oh, of course a suppressor doesn't just sound like air like in other games. Like, well, yeah, I know that, but it's one of those things that once you hear it, you're like, oh, I get it. That's more for clearing buildings, because depending on the building, people outside are not going to notice. Or even if they do hear it outside of a building, you're not going to tell that's a gunshot. You know, like, a building is going to further muffle what's already muffled. And, you know, it's hiding the muzzle flash, so it's going to be harder to tell. So yeah, suppressors are more for clearing a building. But also, like snipers and stuff, it's hiding your muzzle flash. So it's a sort of twofold thing. But no, you were half rightish. It's just that it's not spreading out the noise, it's more containing it to not be as echoey. I guess the best way to explain it is, like, a suppressed rifle, you know, like in Call of Duty when, like, I was getting shot at and you'd hear, like, the little, like, snapping noise of the bullets going over my head. It sounds more like that. Super hard to tell where it's coming from, but, like, yeah, I still know I'm being shot at. It's a little bit more like that. Again, this was years ago when I was, like, this was, like, 5 or 6 years ago, and I only heard it for, like, a training thing for, like, a shooting range out in the middle of, like, the open. But you get the point. It's, yeah. I feel like people always kind of skip over that when they're talking about suppressors. They're like, oh yeah, it doesn't sound like air like in other movies and games. It's like, yeah, it doesn't, but, like, you're not really explaining, like, what's the point of a suppressor then? It's to make sure people outside of a building or over a large distance have trouble finding you. A suppressor is to make it really, is to, like, fuck with the senses a little bit. Either far-off engagements in the dark or forest or large open areas, or inside of a building so people outside have a harder time knowing what the fuck is happening. Holy shit, this woman did find aliens. We're going in, chat. Is just shit posting. Yes and no. Because again, Tress, it's suppressing the muzzle flash. And, you know, as loud as a Magnum is, if you were to shoot a suppressed silencer Magnum in a building, you're still muffling. I'm trying to think of like a good... It's so hard to explain it. Like, I've heard a suppressed rifle and an unsuppressed one, and the difference is noticeable. So I'm trying to like think of like how to explain it inside of a building. Actually, here's a pretty good way to explain it. It's sort of like this, alright? Let's imagine this is a revolver at full time. So, you know, that's full speed. This would be how a suppressor, from how I remember it working. Like, alright, this is 100% volume. Here's how it would sound with a suppressor. No, hold on. About full speed, suppressor. You know, like, yeah, still fucking loud. Also, this isn't part of the test. I'm just getting back to normal. It's okay. No, the bouncing was because it wanted to fuck me a little bit, but like 100%. Yeah, you like, you're still gonna notice it, but it's a little. Again, I'm going off of like fucking dumbass kid me hearing two things. So instead of 100%, it's 80. Close stress. I was actually going to like 75 to 70% volume, but yes, yeah, pretty much. You're lowering, and again, in a building where the walls are also muffling it. Oh, outside, you're gonna question what you even heard. But in an open field, that's even harder to figure out where they're shooting you from. And if you have that on a sniper rifle, which is gonna also echo, oh, fuck off! You're not finding them. No, that's over. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not trying to be silent, you're trying to misdirect so you can keep taking pot shots.
That's far enough. What are you doing here? How did you even get inside? Hagen. I've never heard of her. Is she from the board? Damn it. I knew this would happen. This is utter nonsense. I've never even been to Groundbreaker. What happened to the team? Tell me you didn't move their suspension tanks.
And with Mercer and Quentin.
Small consolation. My team, the finest minds of their generation, reduced to salvage. We were trying to prove that the colony could survive the crisis bearing down on us.
What are you doing, Doctor? This information is beyond classified.
You could write me up in your report. It hardly matters. I'm researching a new way to feed the colony. The crops we transplanted from Earth don't give us the nutrients we need. Our colonists might not realize it yet, but they're starving.
Also, Tress, I just wanted to let you know, I pretty much deleted a lot of the logs in our correspondence. after reading them. Yeah, those are gone. As they deserve to be. In short, fucking unblock me so I can pester you further. Unblock me so Callie can bully Jove. You cringe fucker.
The food we grow here barely sustains human life. The colony won't last under these conditions. So, the board let me approach the problem.
You know, before Callie infects your walls more than she already
that I
has.
could adapt humans to live on halcyon
Also, come on, Tress, replace the toilet paper in your bathroom. Do you know how many times Callie's eaten your toilet paper already? It's more than once, I'll tell you that.
Not for lack of trying. I wanted to save them all, but I wasn't strong enough. I wouldn't allow us to experiment on convicts or the unemployed. It's wrong, no matter what the law says. Everyone agreed. We accepted.
Wait, is this person morally okay? Hold up now.
I've already asked all the best institutes on Earth for help. Years ago, we sent a message out on the Cornelius Vanderbilt, but heard nothing back. One of the 2 Earth Directorate assault cruisers, assigned to patrol the Halcyon system. It's been missing for over 2 years now. They never re-established contact after the skip to Earth. Of course, the board is keeping that under wraps.
Board cover-ups? Vessels disappearing into the aether? Sounds like the work of aliens to me.
That ain't a shock. Board folks will lie to their own mothers if it preserves their paychecks.
The board is uneasy about letting the colony know, seeing as half of their military force vanished without a trace.
A what? Oh, I'm sorry. Half of the board's military did what now?
I'd prefer if you didn't use my name when you talk about this. My contract has a list of very terrible consequences for breaking secrecy. Once we can replicate a success, the board will move to rewire our nucleon. With any luck, our next generation will be eating and thriving off halcyon crops.
I don't understand a word she said, but I don't like her tone one bit.
Fuck that. People are people, and ought to stay the way they were born. They start trying to tinker with my blood, I'll bury them.
We haven't made enough strides to advance the plan. Hardly any at all. But we have to keep trying. You came to kill me. I assume that's still on the table. Please don't. If I die, there's no one who can reproduce our work. Every sacrifice will have been for nothing. And we'll be no closer to a solution that feeds the colony. The one on the wanted posters? They say he's an anarchist. A madman, a butcher. I'll do it.
Hell yeah!
What choice do I have, Commander?
Fuck the board! Also, that... Well, that was easy. Chat, Mary really doesn't know where to go from here. I didn't expect her to just go with that option of working with the domestic terrorist who's helping us try to save the colony. And there was a plankton. I didn't think I'd get this far.
If working with Wells is the only way I can save the colony, then I will damn well do it.
Oh.
I need to get out of here. Phineas can contact me when he's ready to work together. For now, I'd better pack up the lab and head somewhere discreet.
Not so fast. Captain, what you just learned is beyond your clearance. Hell, it's beyond mine. Give me one reason why I should let you walk out of here alive.
Because if you don't, I'm going to kill every single person in this room. And then string your corpses up. As my daughters parade you around on fucking parade floats. Is that about enough for you, my dear?
sure have an inflated sense of self-importance, but that doesn't make you wrong. Now move along. The doc has a lot of work ahead of her, tidying up and such.
Keep this in mind, Tress. Mary has all of her daughter's powers. So her power is any child she has, she gains their power. So she has Callie's power, Callie's twin sister's able power of telekinesis, Emily's power of redacted, Jill's power of immune to all poisons and can produce all of them, and then Jezebel's power of controlling all machinery. She is basically unstoppable superhuman. So when he asks, why don't I stop you here and now? The answer is, try me, fucker. Look, Mary was based off Bina. And and Callie was based off Gabria. There's a reason every time I make Bina, or every time I make Mary, she is basically a defected orbiter. Mary at a certain point is just an orbiter. And honestly, I would love to see in Project Moon an orbiter that defects. You know, besides Bina. Besides that one. I want to see a full-powered orbiter just go, you know what? Fuck 'em. The Doom music starts playing. I'd like to see you stop me. Project Moon, put that on my list, my wish list of games I want. I want my first-person shooter, Smoke War. I want my Lobotomy Corp 2, where I'm in charge of an entire district like it's fucking XCOM. I want my Gabria Yakuza game, and I want my defecting game. Maybe jump my goose in the back. She's going, yoink. No, keep in mind, Tress. In my world, the elders, which Emily and Callie and all of their, in my universe, the elders, every single one that's born is born with a unique power. Every single person has their own unique power, are immortal, but they're confined to a city, right? They confine themselves, they're immortal, so they don't breed as much. But everyone has their own unique power. But Mary, when she was born, her power was any child she has, she gains their power. So she, as a normal human, became the head of the military of the elders, and just was the ultimate soldier. She was doing some Call of Duty shit. And then she became the queen of the entire, of all the elders, and learned, oh, I have powers? So imagine the ultimate soldier. And then I remembered that Danganronpa also had that title. But imagine the ultimate soldier then learns they actually have superpowers, and one of them is Callie's power. Whereas Callie, who is also a soldier, had to learn being a military soldier. Mary just already had that. Do you see why she both, 5 sisters had to fucking body her at once? She was Bina. It took the 5 best and brightest of our generation to take down one of these. That includes the fact that Emily also had Mary's power, but her power is having all the powers of her sisters once she absorbed their souls, and then could resurrect them. Mary versus Orbiter and Two Claws. Oh, there wouldn't be a fight, Tress. If she had all of her if she didn't have her powers, she'd probably be annihilated. But if she did have all of her powers from all of her daughters, there isn't a fight anymore. There's no fight, only the slaughter. Universe in order. If she has full power, Tress, consider this. Full power means she has all of Callie's powers, even when Callie becomes basically a demigoddess. This means she has telekinesis, Callie's power of cellular manipulation, poison resistance and creation, and the ability to control all machinery. Oh, also, you know, she's gonna basically throw fucking crosses at you like Bina throws pillars at you. And she became the general of an entire army of magic users without magic, and now she has magic. So a militaristic genius that just gained superpowers. Good luck. That's not even Trepang at that point, man. That's just bullshit. I know I hype up my own characters, but it's like, as a power scaling thing, Mary at her best needed to be outplayed by 5 different people, basically doing the anime thing of using their powers in interesting ways to beat someone who is going to brute force you. Because the sisters' fathers had their own unique powers. Emily's father? Also, everyone is based off of biblical references, as you may...
off the shackles of your old job, taking up the rugged life of a hunter.
Sure, it's... Wait, what?
The board must have forced you to do something until you decided to be a hunter. I was hauling boxes till the boss picked me up.
It's not like I threw off the shackles of some other life. I grew up on Monarch. I've always been a hunter. Anything else would be a waste of my outstanding talents.
I get it. You picked a path for yourself and never looked back. According to the board, what you did was impossible.
The board also claims it's impossible to live on Monarch, yet here I stand. They believe gainful employment necessary to one's survival. I believe the board can kiss my ass.
But yes, this is like the sisters and their fathers and mothers are all based off of biblical reference, or at least named after biblical references. You have Mary Athela, Mary, you know, the Virgin Mary. Athela, from what I've been told, or from what I've looked up, in history around the Bible, was a evil queen that was eventually overthrown by her daughter, Emily. Aw. No, nobody's here to hear my nonsense. And then Tress died. Should probably level up everyone else.
I believe your choice to spare Chartrand would be considered the honorable path, yes? Sublight's money is inconsequential in the face of ethics.
Oh, shit, right. Yeah, I need to tell her I didn't. Son of a bitch. Chris, you still there? Yeah, I didn't think so. Why am I still holding this gun?
BNP, I can't believe it's not cool. It's unbelievable how good it is.
Is it done? Well, damn. Contractor grew a conscience. As your employer, I'm both angry and disappointed. I'll add that to your file. Technically, I owe you an exit interview. Care to justify your betrayal of our species, or are we finished here? You're awfully quick to trust someone who offed her colleagues and called it a good start. Out of my office. We're done.
The thanks we get for showing a little integrity.
What a surprise. Seems we're no longer wanted here.
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
No, wait, hold on.
I only wish they weren't showing so many Spacers' choices.
Spacer's choice. It's not the best choice. It's the Spacer's choice.
I'm afraid I can't come down anymore, my good man.
Rizzo's lemon.
All right, how does this sound? Oh, I'm sorry.
We're not gonna do this, are we? Promise me.
You like me in pictures one day.
Great! You made it! Listen, I know you're expecting a script, but you're the real deal. Just go in there and do what feels natural. We gave the other actors real weapons to keep things authentic. And because Josh is paying to see their logo on the big screen. Don't think, kid. Just act. Now go in there, find your mark, and show us what you got.
Well, well. Here to stop us at last, Captain Steele? You're too late.
And that is where we're going to end the stream for tonight, because if I'm going to be called Captain Steele, I'm getting an audience for it. But I hope everyone had a good time. And until next time, later, mates.